many of you know that I was really big into the art of the scroll saw, which is woodworking, scroll saw, fretwork, marquetry, intarsia, that type of woodworking. And I was into that for several years. And I was published many times, and another friend of mine and I started a very successful scroll saw club. He eventually went off and started his own wood turning business, and his name is Ron Brown. I would suggest you check out his work and his stuff that he has invented. Ron Brown's Best, or Brown's Best, whatever it is, I can't remember. But you can find him on a Google search and check out his wood turning tools and his techniques and his videos. Anyway, one of the things I used to do is collect scroll saw advertisements. And here is a folder full of advertisements that we're just going to briefly go through. And I'm going to show the year, the month, and the page. So let's get started on this. It's going to take a while to go through all these, but bear with us. And if you have seen this, let us know. If you haven't seen this, it'd be nice if you throw in your opinion about it, and just give us some interaction on what you think. Now, some of these are copies, but 95% of them are the original advertisements. There was a fella I met several years back who wanted to take all my advertisements. I have several old catalogs also, a couple old books, and several other little things we're going to show in different videos. But he offered to take all my items such as this and make a book out of it to share, to sell, whatever. And then I really thought about it, and then we lost touch and I couldn't find him anymore. And that was probably at least 15 years ago. So anyway, let's get started on this book. Home Crafts, June 1952. We have this article here. Excuse me, I have these in plastic pages. Just going to briefly go through this page here. Different things. Today's Woodcrafts, today's Woodworker, 97. There is the DeWalt scroll saw and the table saws and planer. Homecraft, 1951. There's an old scroll saw there. And Jigsaw Patterns advertisement down here on the bottom. Homecrafts, 1951. So there's a scroll saw bowl right there. And an advertisement for 90 patterns right there. Next page, we have Homecrafts, 1951. Right here I have these Synchro electric jigsaw. I've seen these before, never used one, but I have seen one. Pretty interesting. It's advertised, you need this basic home shop tool. Okay, next page here, what do we got? Workbench, 1964. And there is multi-purpose tool. Scroll saw with a flex shaft on the end of it, or the side of it. Workbench, 1957. We have an advertisement for scroll saw patterns. Workbench, 1947. Whoops. Workbench, 1997, not 47. And there is the DeWalt scroll saw down there on the bottom. So, DeWalt debuts feature-packed tools, June '97. That's when the 788 come out, DW788. Family Handyman, 1954. Let's see, there's a scroll saw on top for $41.50. What do we have right here? We have a small table saw. There we go. $52. Next page. Family Handyman, 1954. There we go. Powerful new jigsaw with built-in rotary motor. There we go. Okay, without taking this out, this is like a 6 or 8 page article from Handyman 1954. Something to do with scroll sawing. December 1947. Magazine Unknown. We have a scroll saw here. New Homecraft. 16-inch scroll saw. Pretty interesting. Okay, Workbench 1985. We have a scroll saw chair right here. Doesn't really have to be scroll sawn, it could be carved out. There we go, but there's a scroll saw right there. Next page, I'm going to try to go through this a little bit faster. Workbench, February 1985. I'm right here somewhere. Somewhere on this page has something to do with oh, there we go, right there. Right there. Okay, Workbench 1985. We have the Eagle scroll saw from RBI. And as soon as I get to another page, I'm going to show you something else that most of you RBI owners do not know. Okay, we're going to go to the Workbench, February 85. Okay, we have the Hawk, RBI Hawk. We have the RBI right here. And we have the RBI Condor. Now, before I turn the next couple of pages, do you know what this one is? This is definitely an older one, but RBI had 3 different scroll saws named after 3 different birds, and this is 2 of them. Okay, Workbench 1985. We have the Hegner Multimax, and we have the Excalibur. There you go. Decorative Woodcraft 93. We have another Hegner. Decorative Woodcraft 93. RBI Hawk scroll saws. There you go. If you want to read that. That was their phone number at the time. There we go. And that was their address at the time. So we have this scroll saw here, and this team right here. Looks like a mother and son working on the RBI. Workbench 84. We have the RBI Eagle, which is the 3rd scroll saw. RBI Industries, RBI Eagle. Okay, Workbench 84. Have the scroll saw there, scroll saw there, and one up here, this corner. Nothing unusual about those three. Trying to grab this page right here. Wood, 1984. We have a Excalibur scroll saw. Right here we just got standing next to it. And the price was $12.85. Another RBI, September '84. There we go. The Falcon and the Eagle. The Condor's not pictured on this one. There's their wood planer. Wood, 1984. We have the world's most expensive scroll saw with a question mark, right? AMI Limited, which was distributing the Hegner scroll saw. Okay, this one is not known for the date. Well, yes it is, right here. How about this? 1971 workbench. There we go, got a Dremel scroll saw. Turn this page, workbench 84. Got some scroll saw patterns, which are in the magazine, I do believe. Not quite sure. If it was, I don't know why I don't have the patterns in this little ad catalog. Another RBI, October '84 workbench. That's the Eagle. And we have this one at the bottom, and this one right here. Okay. Next page, another workbench, scroll saw, and another scroll saw. Workbench, December '84, Supercell, Micro Mark Supercell. So how much is this scroll saw right here? Where is it at? I'm trying to look through this lens and find it. There we go. Have one of those little table saws right here. Workbench, December '84. We have that famous chair pattern that many people claim to not own but think it's theirs. So my battery is flashing. Let me plug it in, and if I have to move my table a little bit, I will, but we'll be right back. Okay, next page. I apologize if I ever get my charging cable in these shots. But okay, workbench, December '84. We have a RBI scroll saw pattern club, and we have a legendary cathedral clock. Now, you may recognize this from current designers or current catalogs, but also have the same pattern in some 1880s catalogs. So turn the page. What do we have here? Workbench '84. We had this advertisement again. Let's show them those. New high precision scroll saw. Who is this one from? I'm not sure. Don't remember. It kind of looks like an RBI. If it is, it's not one that I've ever seen in person. But seeing those upper arms, I'm sure it's some type of RBI. Okay, here's some more RBIs. Well, looking at this one, You see the tabletop right here. Not quite the same as this one. So that's not the same scroll saw. But that's the Condor, the Falcon, and the Hawk again. Decorative Woodcraft 92. We've seen that before. Workbench 84. We have a little bitty pedal saw. We have this right here with a description above it. We have this one again right here. And who is this from? Oh, both of these are Hegner's. There we go. There's the date. Here's another Hegner. Next page, Workbench 64. There's a Eiffel Tower. Next page, Workbench 64, Marquetry, which is almost the same as Parquetry. It was very close to Intarsia. Workbench 1968. Got this young lady right here working on a scroll saw of some kind. I'm not quite sure what kind it is. Just an article on workshops. There we go. Workbench 1968. What do we have here? There we go. Got us a clock and a US map. Can be done on a scroll saw. Workbench 1967. We have a scroll saw right here. Turn this page. Workbench 67 again. We have some fretwork clock down here on the bottom. Workbench 67 again. There we go. Another scroll saw. Another Workbench 67. We have a trivet. Workbench 1969. We have this gentleman here, this artist, holding up one of his projects. Workbench 66. We have the scroll saw right here. Workbench 68. We have this daisy work whatnot shelf pattern. Workbench 68. You know, there's a a scroll saw right there with the flex shaft, similar to a Dremel. And here is another same advertisement. I don't know why I have two of those in here. Let's see, what's the date on this one? This one's 1969, and this one's 68. Okay, Woodshop News, 1992. We have an article about this guy doing some kind of fretwork. That's about 4 or 5 pages. Homecraft, 1952. Table saw, scroll saw, drill, just different things here. Jig and bandsaw blades, $1. If I can turn this page. Homecraft 52. We have a fret saw here, handheld fret saw, jeweler saw, whichever way you want to call it, and jigsaw patterns. January 1904. Metropolitan Magazine. That's interesting. Right down here is a school saw shelf. I don't remember that one. Metropolitan Magazine. Okay. Popular Mechanics, 1928. There we go. That's an old electric motor for the scroll saw. Popular Mechanics, 1945. You can build this sturdy scroll saw. There we go. This guy looks like he's having an intense time right there. Let's see here. Popular Mechanics, 1932. We have this table saw at the top, but right down here in the bottom corner, next to the lathe, we have the scroll saw. Early 1900s. It doesn't have the magazine on here. Okay. Number 15. Shredders, I'm not sure. The electric scroll saw right here, that's an old one. And that is an original paper, it's not a copy. The scroll saw is $15. The scroll saw with boring attachment, $20. That one's not labeled. It is down here. Workbench, 1982. With a Hegner. With this wagon at the bottom. Home workshop, spring, summer. And there's not a year down there at the bottom. Anyway, a nice shelf here. Mirror back Georgian wall shelf. Okay, what's this one? 1978 workbench. We have shopsmith, bandsaw, joiner, sander, scroll saw. Woodshop News, 1992. Sold by Hermance Machine Company. We have this little scroll saw down here in the corner. Looks very similar to the Delta that was out for so many years. But it's a Powermatic. Right here, 1884. Unknown Magazine. This is an original, not a copy. There we go. And what's the price on this one? $10. A Roger saw, $8.50. There we go. Unknown Magazine, 1884. Probably the same magazine as the previous page. But there is a steam engine. And right down here we have a lathe scroll saw combo for $8. And we have a pedal scroll saw right there for $3. There we go. 1898. We have this advertisement. In 1889, we have this one. These are original ads, not copies. If I notice a copy right off the bat, I'll tell you. Now this is one of my rarest things. Promo cards, late 1880s, 1800s. I'm guessing around the 80s. These are promotional cards for Holly Scroll Saw. And the story behind these two, I found one. I can't remember where I found it. Maybe it's on eBay several years ago. And I bought one. I said, I will never find another one. And about 6 months later, I found the second one. Now these are original. Very super rare. In fact, I will almost guarantee 100% that you will never see one of those again. 1894. Unclassified something. Lathe scroll saw combo. Home Handyman. 1961. We have a scroll saw on shelf. We'll go a little bit faster through here. Home Handyman. 1961. And I don't know why this one is on here, but it's about 4 or 5, maybe 7 or 8 pages. Without pulling it out, I'm just going to flip the page, and we're going to go to this one. And we see this gentleman sitting right here making this. $1961. This guy's making some kind of wall shelf. $1961. Right here on the top. How to choose your power tools. There we go. There we go. This guy's working. Your lathe drives this jigsaw. There we go. Wouldn't that be neat to recreate this drawing right here in Corel or SketchUp or one of those programs? Okay. 1961 again. From sewing machine to jigsaw. Nice article. Grizzly, 1992. So we have this scroll saw from Grizzly, this scroll saw from Grizzly. This one is $149. The one on the left is $99. Turn the page. Now this is a operating manual for a Craftsman jigsaw scroll saw. We're not going to open that up. This one is Workbench, 1976. Dremel tools. And there's the Dremel scroll saw. There we go. More Dremel stuff. Now this one right here, what date year is this? 1970. This is very similar to the first scroll saw that I used. Now on the side right here, it did not have a flex shaft right here. It had like a sanding plate that hooked on the side. I guess you could put a flex shaft on there too, but I just didn't have it on the saw I used. Wood Magazine, 1967. 67? 1987. Scroll saw techniques. Now I'm not sure, I can't remember if my friend, the late Rick Hutchinson, wrote this article, but I know he did quite a bit of work with Wood Magazine back in the day. Workbench, 1985. There we go. Precision scroll saw. There we go. Looks like a homemade saw. There we go. 1986. We have a scroll saw right here on this big bulky stand. 4 parrot magnets pattern. What is this from? 1983 workbench. But there's a scroll saw right here on this page. Is this guy right here looks very unhappy. I don't know why, but if he's that unhappy, he probably needs to go have a cold beer and watch some TV. More Dremel power tool stuff. Who is this? Another Dremel. Saw and Tell. We have a pattern down here on the bottom. Here we go. Turn this page. Workbench 78. Another Dremel advertisement. Moto Shop Dremel. Deluxe Moto Shop. What is Penn State Industries? Has a sander, a planer, a scroll saw, and dust collector. 2 dust collectors. Have another Hegner right here. And on this page we have another Dremel, a Dremel lathe, and a Dremel scroll saw, and a rotary tool. Craftsman, 1993. 1, 2, 3 different scroll saws, 4 different scroll saws. Who is this? Skill. That's one of their scroll saws back in their day. Another Craftsman page. Creative Moose. Frame a house. Mouse. Create a mouse, frame a house. I knew I was saying that wrong first time. Another Dremel. Let your imagination go. Okay. There you go, another scroll saw here. This page, Scroll Song Classics and Yarn Reels. So we have somebody doing something. So we have some cherubs, and we have the same thing up top in blue, and we have a elk. Next page. What kind of scroll saw is this? This is, I might be wrong on this, but this might be the one that's changed names so many times. Not quite sure. I think it was Total Shop at one time. I could be wrong. If somebody knows, correct me on that one. Got an RBI right here. Got a Hegner right here. Ask me why I know that's a Hegner. Okay, who is this? Who is this? $800. Looks like an RBI, an older RBI. We have another Dremel down here. Model shop, another Dremel model shop right here. That is from 1972. Okay, Workbench magazine. Got this guy in the front. And Dead with a Sander. Okay, what do we have right here? We have multiple leaves patterns. We'll scan this all the way down. You can pause the video and check all this out if you like. Colonial Workshop, Sacramento, California. Okay, we have another little. That looks very similar to the Dremel, whatever they call it, saw. I'm not sure. Let's just pretend like I didn't say anything. Well, that does say Dremel there. But the newer Dremel, I don't know. Let's just turn the page. There we go. I'm just guessing maybe Powermatic, because it has that type of blade connection. Another DeWalt. This is Jet offers new shaper scroll saw. Teardrop table. It's from 1994. Here's some more metal clocks. I believe we've seen that one already. There we go. How you like this one? I like that table. Penn State 129. Yeah, I do like that table. 312 woodworking scroll saw patterns. I remember buying this book, and I was so let down when I received it. I don't think they're in business anymore. It was a long time ago. Let's see, scroll saw, and at an affordable price. Let's see if they give a price down here. I don't see one. Another RBI. There we go on this page. Those two scroll saws, and one up here. Now that says distributed by AMI. Now I believe, I could be wrong, that they used to distribute a catalog. Newspaper holder. Based on 1840 original. There we go. Now you notice this is based on, not copied. Exact. Just based on. Next page. Top we have this. Bottom we have this hawk. Next page over. That's 1992. We have this, who is it? I'm not sure. I'm just going to turn the page. Delta, that's a Delta. I have another Excalibur. Back in the day, I really wanted this Excalibur. Really wanted it. But it never happened. Some more Shopsmith. I think we've seen this one. We have definitely seen this one. Total Shop. Let's see here. Total Shop. $1.99. Which that looks just like this. Okay, there we go. Total Shop right there on top. Take a close look at this scroll saw. Then come back over here and look at this Penn State scroll saw. And we have the exact same scroll saw here with different names. So let's turn the page on that one. Another RBI, another Excalibur. Who is this? Who is this? It doesn't matter. It's $300. We turn the page here. Some more Hegners. Dreams are built at home. RBI. Got a little dollhouse here. There we go. Using a scroll saw. Workbench, 1972. There we go. Accept no substitutes. Excalibur. Turn the page. There's another DeWalt moving into machinery. There we go. Let's get rid of that. That's the continuation of a previous page. We're using a scroll saw. There's another help the jigsaw turn 50. There we go. Made out of an old sewing machine. Sakura. That's one of the names I was trying to remember a while back that I couldn't remember. One of the saws that's changed names so many times. Scrollmate. There we go. That's probably the same as this Sakura. I'm pretty sure it is. Martin Machinery and Tool. There we go. Look at this table. How long and thin it is. There we go. There's another Sakura. Reproduction scroll saw uses the power of the pedal. Who is this? Who is this? Let's see if I can figure this out. There we go. It's got a three-legged stand. Very similar to the modern DeWalt. I'm not sure. And this is old. This is a postcard. I'm going to pull this one out. Look at this one. This old postcard. These two little boys, probably 10 years old or so. What's on this side? There we go. 1936. That might be German, I'm not sure. Who is it going to? Bernard, somebody, and I'm not sure. Wait, that's an old 1936 postcard with two little guys, two young guys, however you want to say it. Let me put this back in this. Sorry about the camera for a second. Let me put this one back in for I'll drop it on the floor and lose it. That's the back of that postcard. Oh, it's not. That's a different one. Let me pull this one out. Just a second. Something strange scroll saw. You can see where somebody ripped this or cut it open. James Jeeves? I'm not sure. D. something, Michigan. Look at the handwriting. Stamp on here, 2 cents. Is there anything in it? Nope, there is nothing in it. There we go. And why do I have this one? Oh, it says scroll saw right there. That's why I have it. Let me put this one back in the plastic sleeve. Sorry about that. Okay, another RBI advertisement. We'll turn a page on that one. Another Dremel. What is this? Remington rod saw, the worthless wonder. Okay. Let's just turn that one and get rid of that. Letter to the editor, and I think we've seen that one before. This is something that we've seen before, I believe. Just some rotary tools. I'm sure that's some type of Dremel, maybe. Right there. There we go. We've seen this Shopsmith. Roll around scroll saw cabinet. We haven't seen that yet, so there we go. Scroll saw mounted into a moving cabinet. Now this is a copy, I believe. Let me see if I can. Yes, it is, because you can tell by the pages. There we go. So this is a copy. This is a copy. This is original, I believe. No, it's not. This is a copy. How much is this one? $18, $30, $36. Let's check the price on this one right here. Scroll saws, Rogers scroll saw, pedal saw, and this is selling for, with nickel tilting table and emery balance wheel. There you go. It would be $5.50 for this one. That's the actual saw itself. There's another copied page from somewhere. Another copied page from somewhere. Another copied page. They're not as interesting as the originals. That's another copy page. And that's a copied page. This is a copied page. This is a copied page. I don't know where I got these from, but I have them now. And last thing in this book is Scroll Saw Success. Now I'm still thinking, is that an early Judy Gale Roberts? Kind of favors her. I'm not quite sure. Could be wrong. But Wood Magazine put these out every few months. It was a popular series, but these are hard to find. Anyway, that is it for this little binder full of old scroll saw advertisements. I know this was a long video, but I do appreciate you watching. And if you recognize any of these, just give us a timestamp and what you remember about it. I do appreciate it, and y'all have a good day.